Hey you! If you're enjoying Skyline REM and want to help make it happen, you can apply to join our backstage team in the description of this video. If you don't have the time or means, don't sweat it. Subscribe, leave a like, and enjoy the video instead.
Heroin scum. Good doggy. Phew.
Are you done screwing around yet?
What's with that tone, I did just do you a favor after all. Don't you think I deserve a little gratitude for that?
It wasn't a favor. It was my idea in the first place. You just did your job.
Oh, come on, sweet Esmeralda. We're both in the doghouse as far as Olden is concerned. You don't have to act hostile. We're on the same side here.
I know. That's the only reason why you're still alive right now.
I'm surprised you're still here. I thought you would have skipped town the minute you got out. So, what are you doing?
I need to make sure the plan works. I need back into Olden. So this can't go wrong. Although, I could ask you the same question.
I'm waiting for something.
And that something is...
Revenge.
Just fake it. I only know how to pull myself apart. I never thought I'd go this far, but I hope the spark is over now. Run away, out of time. Find a place where I can never hide. I let it run, change, or even stop. Let it burn, I'll never be coming back. 'Cause I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind. I'm hoping somebody will say losing my mind. Cause I'm losing my mind.
Is something wrong, Rex? What's with that look?
I'm getting a bad feeling. It's like my hair's standing on end. Isn't it
Really?
too quiet?
Really?
Alexander steps forward, his eyes narrow as he approaches the gates.
Big brother? What's going on?
I don't know yet. But there's only one way to find out.
Hey, where are the guards?
That's what I'm concerned about. These gates shouldn't be open. Vincent's expression darkens as he, too, steps forward. The fixer's right. We need to take a look.
Let's do it then.
What is that?
I don't know.
No.
There's
Oh,
a lot
crap.
of it.
You approach a guard who sits against a wall, wincing as he clutches his side. Vincent moves in front of Rosario protectively as Aiden crouches at the guard's side.
Hey, are you okay?
The guard slowly lifts his head sluggishly as his eyes lazily turn toward you. Who's there? He starts to speak before Alexander interrupts. What's going on? What happened to you? The castle's under attack, Prince Alexander. Huh? What kind of attack? I don't know. 1 minute everything was normal, then the next, dark monsters were crawling out of every corner of Hydrus. They ran rampant. I couldn't contain them fast enough. He weakly lifts his arm to point toward the castle gates. I managed to get the gates open in hopes that the rest of the vanguard would arrive to help, but no one has been able to make it out to alert them. Where's everyone else? Hiding, most likely. Or they're out cold. These creatures, they inflict you with some kind of dread. It causes you to slip into a slumber if you're injured enough.
Who is doing this?
The guard starts to answer, but his voice becomes quiet as his eyes roll back into his skull. His head slumps forward and his body goes limp. London rushes forward and crouches at the man's side. She presses her fingers against her choker as a light shimmers, and his injuries seem to recede. However, the man doesn't awaken. Looks like he fell victim to the same slumber he just described. Healing them won't wake them, it seems. This is really bad.
You don't say. What are we supposed to do? What can we do? We're hardly qualified to be on the front lines of a castle invasion.
My parents are in that castle. Vincent's jaw tightens. I don't care how qualified we are.
Look, arguing isn't going to get us anywhere.
Lily's right. We need to stay calm. Rosaria. Little girl pokes her head out from behind Vincent. Come with me. It's not safe for you here. We need to leave.
And what about us?
Don't fret. I'm going to find Captain Lane and the Admiral. And if I'm lucky, any Star Seekers who might not be in the castle right now. Surely they'll be able to help us get to the bottom of this. Should we come with you? You could. No, Vincent affirms. Every second counts right now. We need to press on and make sure nothing gets out of this castle. And we have to protect as many people as we can. Who knows how long it will take for the Vanguard to get here. Yeah, no pressure or anything. The castle's entrance is just up ahead. If you can get inside, you might be able to figure out what's going on, Alexander explains to you all. But above all, if you're serious about pressing on, you need to protect the king and queen. At all costs. The king and queen? An attack like this bears ill intent. I'm afraid they may be the true targets of the siege.
Brother, I'm scared. Are Mommy and Daddy gonna be okay?
They'll be fine, I promise.
We'll make sure of it.
I'll move as swiftly as I can. Please, stay safe.
We're on it.
London stands up and dusts herself off.
This man will be fine. He'll need time to recover, but I think we can safely leave him here to rest. Based on what we've deduced and what the man said, none of the unconscious guards should be in danger.
We need to figure out what's going on. We're in the dark until then. Oh, crap. Jeez.
What is this anyways?
People being out cold like this? Just how many? It's the entire Vanguard. Everyone in the castle, anyway.
This isn't adding up.
Completely out cold.
The place is in complete disarray, too.
Oh, come on, the front gates are this way.
Okay, yeah.
Just need to get through those doors. You walk through a courtyard littered with unconscious guards, discarded weapons, and debris from castle walls. You regard the scene before you as you slowly march on warily. I think I feel sick, Rex grunts with a face of disgust.
Me too.
Aiden nods as he seems to swallow back bile.
Hey, you guys okay?
There's a putrid magic aura here.
I don't feel anything.
So you wouldn't. You're not a mage.
What's happening?
Your eyes scan the area for anything that could have caused this carnage. I don't see anything.
Me neither. Hey guys! What are we looking for? We're looking for Blythe!
You spin around as Blythe stands before you. Her eyes are vacant voids as her head cocks to the side, and she waves a hand to you. What are you doing here?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Trails of sludge and petrine goo leak from Blythe's pitch black sockets.
I think we would.
Lydia confirms menacingly, her axe held tightly in her grip.
Oh. Well, I've just been going around having a little fun. And it's been a blast so far.
You're not welcome here. You've done enough harm.
Ah, but I was just getting started. Boo.
Lightly, her eyes.
I see it too. I don't know what's going on. Listen.
Blythe's tone shifts as her feet lift off the ground. She hovers a few inches above the floor as her head tilts toward you.
I'm sick of this light. I'm sick of this kingdom. I'm sick of you.
Her hand practically snaps upward as her head tilts to the other side.
This kingdom won't stand without its rulers. This light won't be problem without this kingdom. And you won't be able to stop me if I deal with you here and now. So, are you ready to fall?
Her wrist twists as inky black goo begins to travel at immeasurable speed through the cracks in the floor. You spin around to watch as several tendrils of pure dark sludge erupt from the earth, digging into the frame of the gate and effectively barring your way of entry.
Oh no! Let's paint this courtyard black!
Blythe declares as her other wrist twists. Half a dozen portals glow to life around you. You're surrounded. Grunts and growls echo deep from within the depths of the swirling crimson, and dark voidal creatures step into the moonlight. Fine by me. I like to party. Alice cracks her knuckles as her fists begin to flare.
What in REM are those things? The monsters the guard talked about. Shoot!
Oh! What the heck? Gah!
Ah!
No, there's so many people around.
So many
Try not
portals.
to hurt them.
Yeah! Ah!
Ah!
Come on!
Oh no!
Watch out for all the creatures in the air! Sorry!
These things again?
Some kind of wolf-like creature over there!
Oh, crap!
Great idiot! Oh, we need to get away from Blythe! Ah! Watch out, Rex!
I'm
Behind you.
fine! Ah! She's leaking! Ugh!
Yeah, it's all over
This
the
stuff
place.
is horrid!
Ah.
Watch out, they're tendrils!
I see them! I'm on it!
Ugh.
You can try to take them out from afar. Watch out on your left, Lydia!
Oh, crap!
Shoot! It's everywhere! It's covering the entire castle grounds!
Just avoid it! We gotta take her down.
A safe spot for now.
Why
I
is she
realize
so
that.
strong now?
I don't know. I've never seen her this.
Ah!
before.
It's like it's more dangerous every time! Ugh,
Yeah, tell me
I'm
about
covered
it.
in goo!
Watch out! I can't even get over there. There's something blocking. Try going around.
Ugh.
Careful, Lydia. There's goop all over here.
Rex pants as he cuts down the last of the creatures.
You guys always ruin everything! You shouldn't be doing this, Blythe, and you know it! What's wrong with you? Besides the obvious, hate to be the bearer of bad news, Lily, dear, but this girl is quite literally leaking ooze.
And is a cultist, Vincent growls.
Stop this, Blythe! Or what? You'll tell on me? You can't tell on me, Lily. You never have.
Blythe leans back and soars through the air toward the front entrance of the castle. No! Stop her! He charges after her with incredible speed. But Blythe is faster. She soars through the entrance of the castle as the doors slam shut. Inky tendrils emerge from the cracks of the frame and wrap themselves around the doors, creating a seal of impenetrable darkness that gently pulses as if it were living.
No!
That's cheating! Rex says. He jogs up to the doors as well. Just screw this! I'm blasting my way through! Rex, I don't think that's going to work. It has to! Rex tightens his fists and his gauntlet as he blasts spell after spell at the dark barricade. Despite his best efforts, the tendrils do not waver. I told you. What the hell is this? Why is it so strong?
It must have something to do with Blythe's energy. She seems darker than normal. It must be affecting her slime. You do realize how disgusting that sentence was, right? Well, we're stuck now. What do we do, Lily? We'll have to find a way around.
You turn to try to find a detour. Vincent lingers by the sealed gates. He looks up at them with a dark expression, his clenched fist shaking at his side. Alice raises an eyebrow at him and strolls over. Hey, come on, we have to go. There's nothing we can do about it now. There has to be something! My parents are in that castle. Then we'll find a way around. But staying here isn't going to help us do that. You're just wasting time being pissed about it. Trust me, I get it. But right now we can't afford to stop. Not if you want to get in there. Or whatever. Vincent remains still for several moments. Before sighing. Right. We need to keep moving. Crap.
Are you kidding me?
Why is she acting like that?
I have no idea.
She's kind of terrifying.
What could have happened between now and the last time we saw her? She was all buddy-buddy then.
Crap. These guys really are out. Where's that backup? It still isn't here?
I don't know, but we can't wait for it. Can we?
Elsa's right. We should
She's clearly
we should
volatile.
find a way in. A different way
Yeah.
around. There's a staircase over there.
Okay.
Can't go back out that way, I guess.
Seems not. The only way we can progress is forward.
Is there something I could do for all these guys?
The best we can do for them right now is find out what's going on
Right.
and stop anything worse from happening.
They're everywhere. Is there no creatures nearby? There's gotta be more prowling around, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Arden! Arden! Rex shouts to him. Over here! Arden glances back at your group in surprise. as he finishes off the creatures in his way. He allows the celestial blade in his grip to vanish into dust as he turns to you fully. Rex, Lily, he says as he walks toward you. What are you doing here? We're about to drop off Rosaria.
And then we realized what was happening.
Arden nods slowly, if we're considering your posse. Well, it is a good thing you're here. And with backup. He wipes his brow. I'm going to assume you're aware of the Petrian girl with the Alacrum Edict?
Yeah. We just ran into her. She blocked our way into the castle.
Arden brings a hand to his chin as he thinks. That's not good. Yeah, you think?
Do you know where the other Star Seekers are, Mr. Damaris?
I can't be sure. I'm confident that Bastion's at the King and Queen's side, but the other Star Seekers were gone to avoid the plague. Of course. The same goes for more of the Castle Vanguard. Most of our defenses were disabled because of the rampant sickness, and several of the guards were too ill to fight. He points up toward a balcony above the entrance. I was in our meeting hall when the attack happened. I've been trying to fight my way out of the district to get help, but it seems help was faster than I was. He stares down at you all grimly. I hate to ask too much of you, travelers, but since you're here, would you?
Of course, already the plan. We're not stopping until the King and Queen are safe.
I should have expected that.
But I still have a couple of questions, Arden. Do you know why she's doing this?
I haven't heard anything, but I have my ideas. If you're going to try and destroy a kingdom, what would you target? Luke's jaw tightens.
She said she wanted this kingdom to fall. I didn't think she was serious. At least I hoped she wasn't.
Me too. Valorant of Unity. Did you happen to see? I know what you're going to ask, my prince. Arden sighs before shaking his head. And unfortunately, no. I did not see the king or the queen before I left the castle.
We'll just have to find them before Blythe does. We can do it.
Do you know another way into the castle, Arden? I do. There's a side entrance just up the steps over there, past the gardens. Should be able to access the throne room from there. I know the way.
Perfect. What are we waiting for? We can't waste any time. Are most of your hunting missions this intense? What do you think? Fighting monsters and thugs is nothing like this.
Arden strides forward toward the gardens, followed by the rest of the group. However, Rex pauses in his tracks. He looks back up at the castle as a pit forms in his stomach. He gulps and tries to shake off his uneasiness. Wait up, guys! Alright. Just gonna make it in the side entrance further.
Sorry.
At least there's no creatures in this area.
True. Still, all of these guards?
As Rex trails behind the group, he feels a faint thud against his shoulder. A pebble tumbles off his coat to rest between his feet. He tilts his head at the stone in confusion, before he hears another one fall, alongside a faint cracking. His gaze moves up toward the arched pathway above everyone, as it begins to crumble. Oh, guys, look out! Rex dives to the side to escape the falling debris. Everyone scrambles to avoid the crushing rocks cascading down from above. Lily sees Lydia and Luke leap ahead of her, with Aiden stumbling at her side. She frantically spins around and grabs Allison by the arm, narrowly putting her out of the way of certain doom. Arden watches Rex lunge away from the collapse and glances back at his friends. His eyes gain a magical glow as he reaches out toward Ellis, London, and Vincent. He shoots his arm in Rex's direction, and the three levitate out of the way of the bridge to clumsily slide across the ground toward Rex. Arden! Rex stands up and sprints for Arden, just in time to grab the man by the back of his celestial cape and pull him away from the falling rocks.
Hey, are you guys okay over there?
I think so. Is anyone hurt? I'm fine. Thanks to Rex's quick thinking. I wasn't sure if I'd had enough time to get out of the way. What about you, Lily?
No one is crushed. That's something. My bones feel broken. I saw my life flash before my eyes. That was horrifying.
Rick stands up and brushes himself off, before observing the damage. Crap. This bridge is blocking our way up to you.
Can you scale the wall or something?
Lily asks as she pokes her head over the railing. I don't think so, it's too high. What about your magic, Arden? I'm afraid I'm not a top performance. Arden rubs his head. I've been expending most of my energy trying to fight my way out of the castle, and then just now levitating you all out of the way.
So, what do we do now?
You'll just have to go on ahead of us, Lily. The doors into the castle are just up ahead. You need to make your way to the throne room.
I don't know how to get there. You're the ones who live in the castle. I might know the way. I think I went up there to get one of my jousting medals a while ago. I can do my best to guide us. All right, if you're sure. We'll see you guys up there. Try to find a way around fast.
On it. There's gotta be some way to get back up there from here. I know there's another staircase into the gardens, but it's on a lower level. We'll have to look for a safe way down. Sure, let's do that then. Good luck, Lily.
Yeah.
Ah, crap. Alright. Jeez. These guys aren't looking hot. You reflexively hold an arm over your face as you approach the fountain. Water sprays across the ground from the broken pipes, causing a mist to permeate the area. We need to get over there, Vincent says as he points across the district toward a distant staircase. We can circle back around into the garden with those steps. Sounds like a plan, Stan. That's not my name. Vincent gives you the strangest look. Yeah. Sorry, just trying to lighten the mood. I thought it was very silly. Please don't encourage him. Alice massages the bridge of her nose. How are we gonna get there? Oh, look at this! London calls as she jogs over to a collapsed portion of garden. You observe a gentle slope of mud and unearthed grass that cascades down to a lower level. Good eye, London. Just try not to slip. All this water's turning this dirt into mush. Wonderful. Don't tell me His Highness is worried about some mud. Hardly, he replies as he walks forward. I just hate to make more of a mess around here than— Gah! Vincent slips in the mud and tumbles down the passageway. London pokes her head over the rail, gripping the side tightly to ensure she doesn't follow as well. Are you alright, Vincent? Do you think he broke his butt? I hope he's broke his butt. Alice. I'm fine, London. Vincent groans as he pulls himself off the ground. I appreciate your concern. Unlike a certain someone. Oh, boo-hoo. Walk it off, Princey. The scene fades into the background of your mind, like static on television. The entire world melts into white noise as you suddenly find it difficult to stand. You stumble for a moment and lean against a nearby shrub, your heart racing faster than before. Fought it back for so long, but it's finally catching up to you. The sheer magnitude of the situation. It was easier to push down with so many people, but now that your numbers have been halved, you realize you're in over your head. Esmeralda was mortifying. She threatened the life of one of your dearest friends, and you were almost powerless to stop her. Even in the end, she still bested you in combat. And now, Blythe threatens countless lives within the castle if you don't move fast enough. You can't win by losing again. It won't work. And if you don't move fast enough, people will get seriously hurt. You already lost once in the courtyard. How are you going to win if you catch back up to her? What could you possibly do differently? How are you going to make it out of this one?
Having some trouble, Rex.
What? You look around in alarm as the voice, your voice, reverberates through your mind.
Look, I get it. I really do.
The voice says to you.
You're scared that you won't win this time, right?
You don't answer. The voice chuckles.
Don't worry. I already know the answer. Ease up, Rex,
He assures you.
You won't lose this time. After all, if you lose, then I lose too. And I can't let that happen. Much like you, I like to win.
You can feel him smile in the back of your mind.
So why don't we win together, huh? Let me help you, and I promise you'll save as many lives as you want.
You look down as you consider his offer. He's proven powerful in the past. He's gotten you out of several binds. Despite the unease you feel about his strange presence, you feel there aren't many other options you have. All right. Fine. I'll let you help.
I won't let you down,
The voice states confidently.
Hey, Rex.
Are you coming down? London calls to you. You perk back up as you realize your companions have already made their way down. Yeah, sorry! Where was that slope? Okay. Whoa, it really is slippery! Whoa! Ah! These creatures. This place is more populated than it was up there. That's good. At least there's nothing near the gates! That's fortunate. Alright. Just gotta watch my step. And keep going. You unexpectedly bump into Arden. You pause for a moment as he stares off to the side, transfixed. Your brow furrows as you follow his gaze. You stare at a cracked doorway at the bottom of the steps. There are singe marks in the stone bricks from some kind of violent explosion, and the rubble's been spread all across the entire courtyard. Where does that door go? Not where we need to go. It's not something we should worry about right now. He turns away briskly, but feels as though he was choosing not to tell you something. Is there something he doesn't want you worrying about? You look back toward your friends as they begin to banter with one another along the way. London, I must commend your willingness to jump into action back there. I would have thought that after your attempted assassination, you'd go with Alexander to safety.
I'm not a coward, Vincent. London smiles sweetly. And I'm not afraid of a little action here and there. Hasn't our search for the vestiges taught you that already?
I see. Beautiful and brave, then. You're quite the package, Miss Remington.
Oh, you flatter me, Prince Vincent. She waves her hand at him. You can't help but frown at this. Huh. Hey, Princey, Alice calls to get his attention. Just wondering, why don't you ever say disgustingly cute stuff like that to me? Because you're not a lady, Alice. You're a monster. Wait, what? What? Alice barks. What the hell did you just say? Nothing at all. Yeah, that's what I thought! Oh, come on, Vincent. London taps him on the shoulder. I think you have the wrong impression of her. Alice is quite the lady if she wants to be. You should have seen her in a dress earlier when we were shopping with Rosaria. Ha 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 ha! We don't have to talk about that, London! Wait, Alice? You put on a dress? So what if I did, huh? I'm not allowed to look pretty. I'm allowed to look pretty sometimes, Rex. Besides, I said the color matched my eyes. It looked very nice on you, Alice. Thank you. Quite the party you've gathered for yourself, Rex. Arden leans down to murmur to you. It's night and day from the time we first met. Yeah, they're the coolest, huh? Quit distracting me, pirate. Vincent sticks his nose up at Alice. We have to keep going. You're the one wasting time on flirting. This is why you're an idiot. Like Rex. 2 peas in a pod. Don't lump me in with him! I have more class than that cretin tenfold! Arden, I take it back. They suck. Just keep going. These must be the stairs Vincent was talking about? Somewhere around here. It looks like it goes up. Is this mountain in my way? You stare at the blockade of rubble in frustration. Of course. Vincent curses under his breath. Why wouldn't it happen again? Arden, are you feeling any better, or is your magic still drained? I'm afraid so. I wouldn't rely on my power for this adventure. I'm sorry. No need to apologize, but that does make things more complicated. You think you could punch through it, Ellis? What, solid frickin' rock, Rex? No, I can't say I can. And no, before you ask, I can't burn it. That's stupid. You huff as you bring your hand to your mouth. And how are we supposed to... Rex? The voice speaks in your mind again. I have just the thing. What? Huh? Rex? Arden calls out to you, but his voice feels so far away. You focus your attention on the voice in your head. Follow my instructions carefully. Take out that spell I gave you. You know, the flux one. Slot that into your gauntlet, and let me do the rest. Yeah, how will that help? Just trust me. You do trust me, don't you? You feel yourself hesitate at that question. You don't really know if you can or not. But he has helped you out so far. You slowly reach into your focus pouch. You feel a tug from within the pouch, almost urging you to not take the spell, but you flick it away without thinking. You pick up the flux spell and place it into your gauntlet before raising your arm up to the blockade. Rex, what are you... London starts to speak. However, before she can finish, your arm contorts as a massive bolt of crackling purple energy erupts from your arm like a cannon. The strength of the attack takes even you by surprise. You've never managed to create such a powerful blast. You did it almost without thinking. As though your arm wasn't yours for a second. The attack plows through the rock in a violent explosion, making the perfect path through the rubble. What the heck was that? Secret technique? Well, where the heck was that 5 vestiges ago? We gotta use something like that! London lowers her head as her brow furrows. She observes the decimated rock carefully.
Your magic has improved quite a bit. Arden raises an eyebrow. And in interesting ways. Thank you. It was adequate. The bottom line is that it opened the path for us. Come on, let's keep moving. Vincent trudges ahead through the rubble. Ellis sighs and follows after him, leaving you, London, and Arden to stand in the dust of the explosion. Time is of the essence, but try to be careful with such power in the future. Alright, Rex. I don't want you or anyone else getting hurt. Right. Arden walks ahead as well. As you turn to follow him, London taps you on the shoulder. Rex, is everything okay? You turn to her in surprise. Yeah, but why wouldn't it be? All right, if you're sure, she concedes before walking off. Your gaze lingers on her as she slinks away, and you slowly remove the flux focus from your gauntlet to place it back in your pouch. However, as you do this, your fingers brush against something moving. Man, why'd you have to do that? A female's voice calls up at you. I was trying to stop you, but no! You didn't want to listen, did you? You look down toward the voice. Nebula? Nebula frowns at you. You gotta stop relying on that spell of yours. It's bad news, Rex. What do you mean? I don't know. Makes me feel weird. She shivers. Dark magic and light magic don't exactly mix, remember? And if I want to keep hanging around you, I'd rather you stay as blank a slate as possible. She lowers her head. Seriously, whatever just happened messed up your energy majorly. It didn't feel good. If I were you, I'd be more careful about what kind of magic I'd invite into my form. Noted. Nebula looks back toward your friends. You'd better catch up with them before they leave you behind. Oh, also, don't flick me again! That really hurt, you know! Sorry. I just have to go through. They did just cleave straight through. Well, at least we made it to the stairs. Let's see where we're... Oh! Crud! These flying guys. Bit dangerous. How much of this stuff can Blythe produce? This has to be a new record. Alright, another one of these. That's fine. Just deal with it quickly! Alright. Let's see. We've gone up quite a lot. What's this? Oh, this looks like the upper area to where we got separated. Means the way Lily went just has to be just right ahead. Ugh! Ugh! Here we are. I see doors. That's the entrance then. Alright. We made it. We just have to get through the castle now. You enter the hallway and look to your left and right in confusion. Anyone know the way? You can make it to the throne room from either side, Vincent says. But the way on the left is faster. Alright, left it is. Hopefully we can catch up with Lily. If Aiden knows his way around as he claims, I'm sure she's just up ahead. And if she isn't, we'll see her at the throne room one way or another. You're right. Okay, let's go. This place is huge. It's like a maze in here. How do you find your way around? You continue down the halls. You feel a nudge within your pouch. You stop in your tracks and glance down. Huh? Nebula, you okay? Don't move. There's something really bad up ahead. You feel a chill run down your spine as you lift an arm to stop your companions. Rex? Is something wrong? Something's coming. You and your companions lower yourselves to the ground to silently inch toward the source of the danger. You poke your head into the central chamber and look down the different hallways. From the left, a massive voidal wolf lumbers forward, growling and snarling at nothing. Oh my god, Ella shivers. That's one of the things from the mausoleum. Mausoleum? Whatever it is, it's stronger than any of the other creatures outside, Arden murmurs. Huh. That's not ideal, is it? You don't say. What should we do? I don't know about you guys, but I'm not interested in trying to tussle with one of them again. Why don't we avoid it? If we stay quiet, it might not see or hear us. That doesn't get rid of the problem. There are still people hiding in the castle. They could get hurt if we let it go. What are you thinking, Rex? Arden asks. Do we leave it or do we fight it?
That wolf is nothing. A voice snickers in your mind. I could take it down with just one hand tied behind my back.
Really?
All it takes is the right size from a sword.
What do you know about swords?
More than you. So are you going to take my word for it? Or are you going to keep hiding like a coward?
You consider your options before you. Draw your sword and stand. Rex? What are you doing? As expected. You wouldn't sit back and let a problem fester, would you? Just make it quick. I'll be right back. You stride forward with your sword in hand. You don't bother to hide your footsteps anymore, and the wolf catches on to you quickly. It turns to you with an intense growl that fills your heart with fear. The memories of your first encounter with this creature flash through your mind. You feel your breath escape you.
Stop hesitating. Hold your sword with both hands.
You gulp back your trepidation and do as you're told. The voice continues.
When you swing, channel that flux magic into your blade.
What? How?
Just do it.
You hesitate, but your time for backing down has passed. The wolf roars and sprints at you as your eyes widen in fear. You prepare your blade, and the moment the creature is close enough, you swing your sword into the creature with your eyes screwed shut. Involuntarily, your gauntleted hand tightens its grip on your blade. Your fingertips tingle as if electricity has begun coursing through your sword. You hear a pained howl as your eyes flutter open. Your sword left a misty slash in the wolf's form, and it stumbles back in response. It elicits a pained yelp before turning and dashing away. It won't be harming anyone any longer. You watch as the purple lightning crackles out of your weapon. You blink.
You're welcome. I wouldn't try doing that on your own if you want that sword to stay intact. That focus's spell power alone wasn't enough to do the job. Good thing I was here to help you out, huh?
Whoa. Okay, what the heck? Alice throws her arms up. Have you been double dipping on training? I know Vincent didn't teach you that one. You put your sword away. I guess so. These new techniques seem useful. Arden crosses his arms. Color me impressed. Really? You infused your weapon temporarily with the power of your focus. I do something similar when I summon my celestial blade. You use your body, or in this case an extension of your body, as a conduit. I don't understand what any of that means. Neither do I. Why does magic have to be so confusing? You feel a smile crack at your lips. Only briefly. Thanks, Art. Now then, that obstacle out of the way, let's continue. The throne room should be up ahead on the right, Vincent finishes Arden's statement. Right you are, my prince. Everyone carries onward, with you trailing behind. You look for London's eyes, but they seem trained forward. You turn your gaze ahead to match hers. Right. It's still dark out. Is it up ahead on the right? So then it's this way. As you progress further down the hall, you hear a strange noise. It's almost like bubbling. You stop in your tracks to locate the source. Hey, do you hear that? You ask your companions. Yeah. Someone cooking something? That's impossible. The kitchens are on the other side of the castle. You look toward the ceiling and notice some strange black sludge dripping between the cracks. Your eyes widen, and you jump back as the sludge lands on the floor and instantly spikes up into a solid, pulsating tendril. Whoa! Rex, look out! London shouts. She rushes to your side to pull you away from another tendril as it extends out from the wall. What's going on now? It's Petrian sludge, and a lot of it. This is exactly what happened outside! More ooze starts to leak from the walls and blossom up from between the floorboards. They condense into living tendrils of darkness that create a solid barricade between you and the rest of your friends. Rex! Alice shouts. Her voice is muffled past the blockade. Are you and London alright over there? Yeah, we're okay. What about you guys? We're fine, but I don't think we'll be able to get through this. Oh, shoot. Is there anything I can do? Even I'm at a loss when it comes to this gross slime, the voice in your head states. My magic isn't strong enough to counteract whatever steroids the Petrian chick's on. You curse under your breath. I don't know what to do. If there's nothing you can do, then that's alright. Lyndon places a hand on your shoulder. She looks toward the blockade. If we can't get through, then you'll have to find our way around. We can keep going and try to make it to the throne room ourselves. If you're sure. Be careful. Right. Okay. You hear your friend's footsteps fade as they briskly walk in the opposite direction. You turn to press onward as well, but before you can, London suddenly grabs your wrist. Rex, hang on. What? London? We need to go. I know, but listen. Are you doing alright? London, didn't I already answer this question earlier? You haven't been as talkative as usual, and your smile doesn't stay on for longer than a second. You've been muttering to yourself, recklessly throwing yourself at obstacles. I can tell something's wrong, regardless of your answer. You stay quiet. If something's bothering you, you can tell me, she pleads quietly. Her fluffy tail brushes against your leg as she clasps your hand in hers. Please. I'm scared of failing. Failing? Why would you fail? I barely stopped Esmeralda. This situation is so much worse. I don't know if I'm strong enough to save the day this time. Not on my own, at least. And I can't afford to fail. If I leave anything up to chance, everyone might... Shh. She places a finger on your lips. I know. It must be a lot of pressure on you. Especially after all that you've already done for this place.
But you can't let fear control you. After all, you're not alone this time. We're gonna catch up with everyone and fight Blythe together. She's gotta run out of steam at some point. There's no way all this magic isn't taking a toll on her. And we will be there when it does. Maybe. But I can't let that burden fall on you guys. I need to pull my weight too. I wouldn't know what to do if any of you guys got hurt. She stares at you for a long time in pained silence. You can hear your heartbeat in your ears. After a while, however, she shakes her head. Rex, none of us are going anywhere. You shouldn't worry about that. Right. You're right. Thanks, London. Of course. It's my pleasure. You sure you weren't made to be a priestess? Don't tease me, Rex. You and I both know the answer to that. Fine. Let's keep going. I hope they make it through okay. Don't run into any more wolves. Alright. Let's press on. Alright. What's this place? Looks like a ballroom. Is this really the right direction? Well, if Vincent was sure, then I guess it has to be. You walk forward, almost within a trance, as you observe the figure in the center of the ballroom. You almost don't want to believe what you see, but the image is undeniable. Esmeralda gracefully glides across the smooth marble surface, her arms and legs bowing and bending to an unheard rhythm. Though you can swear your increased heartbeat seems to match the pace of her dance perfectly. What? London exclaims breathlessly. What is she doing here? Esmeralda twirls on her toes with her hands extended to either side. There's a familiar dagger in one hand, and a lazy smile on her face. Esmeralda. The woman stops, pausing for a moment, before lowering her feet flat on the floor. She slowly turns to you with a small grin. Finally. Do you have any idea how long I've been waiting, Rex? She curtsies to you delicately, before rising to her full height once more. I knew you'd show up eventually. You like meddling in things you really shouldn't. How are you here? You're supposed to be in... You go silent as you recall the broken door to the barracks. It looked like the place was blown open. Esmeralda hums at the look on your face. Prison? You should have known I wouldn't stay there for very long. She slowly strides forward, causing you in London to take fearful steps back. Well, let's chat. I enjoyed the talk we had before I tried to kill London before. Might as well have another. How did you escape? I heard that I had that insect Conrad to thank for that. Slipping him a letter or two wasn't as hard as you might think. And it wasn't that hard for him to escape either. He had me under lock and key, but a man like him could find a way off a sinking ship. The second I promised him a chance at redemption in Olden's eyes, he leaped for it. Then you lied to him. You both failed your mission, didn't you? How would it be possible? Oh, we failed, all right. We'd both be done for if we return to Olden empty-handed. Fortunately, we don't have to. Since Conrad directed that edict to attack the castle, it was quite easy for me to finally break free.
You worked with the edict? I thought you hated magic.
Oh, I do. I hate it just as much as I hate you. But desperate times call for desperate measures. That pathetic twerp will take the fall for conspiring with cultists. Not me. So your plan is to kill the king and queen?
London stammers defiantly from behind you.
Not quite, Esmeralda coos. It's Conrad's plan. It's that cultist's plan. But it's not mine. Never has been. In fact, I've always had a contingency. She holds out an open palm. Part of my objective was to cripple Erewhon so Olden may invade. You are already aware of this. Based on what I've heard about the mighty Fixer, you may have an idea on how I plan to do that with my position as the High Priestess.
You knew about the vestiges? It clicks in your mind. She was the High Priestess in training before London. She had also been in the cathedral for much longer than her.
Just as unexpectedly intelligent as I remember, Esmeralda compliments with a sinister tone. I gave those Silverwings a letter before I was imprisoned. A contingency, as I said. Olden are willing bidders, and those vestiges are our inevitable property. Even that worm Conrad had the opportunity to speak with them during his liberation.
She lowers her head to glare at you with a smile.
It doesn't matter how many you've reclaimed. Any amount would leave Erewhon at a political disadvantage to Olden. We'd hold the cards. You would have to do as we said.
And why the hell are you still here? If you can just get the vestiges that you have left and still come out on top, why stay behind?
You know the answer, Rex.
Your hands shake as you stare at the woman. London glances at you and grabs your hand with a whine.
Rex, don't let her get to you. I'm gonna kill you both, she declares as she flourishes her dagger. Once and for all. And let you die with the knowledge that I was always one step ahead of all your pathetic efforts.
You no longer recognize London's tugging at your arm as you regard Esmeralda. You feel your grip around your sword tighten. Your worst nightmare. A fight you could never win. In someone you care about. In striking distance.
Let me have this dance, Rex. Esmeralda beckons, and I'll make it a heart stopper.
God damn it! I won't let you harm her! God damn it! My magic has no effect. She got all her equipment back too? She's had a run of the castle! Ow! 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 Damn it! Crap! She's insanely strong! Come on! Where'd she go? Oh, crap! Where'd she go? Where'd she go? Your blade glances off Esmeralda's in lightning quick succession. Although your training has made you see definitive improvements, you're still no match for Esmeralda's sheer speed. It's all you can do to keep yourself from being gutted as she continuously tries to cut through you and get to London. Rex, be careful! London cries. I'm trying! However, before you can react, Esmeralda ducks under your sword completely. You expect to receive a knife to the abdomen as your reward. But it never comes. Instead, a sinking feeling forms in your stomach as you realize something in that split second. You weren't successfully deflecting all of her blows. She was lulling you into a false sense of security. And with your guard down, London! You staggered backward and intentionally take Esmeralda's knife into your side, stopping her momentum and forcing her to leap back with a cruel grin. You fall to a knee as crimson stains your tunic. Your grip tightens on your sword as it scratches the marble floor. Rex! London yelps in horror. You're hurt! Let me heal you! Stay back! I can't let you get hurt! Rex! Stay back, damn it! I won't let you get to her! Sorry. I can't think about that now. I can't fall here. If I fall here, she's doomed. I can't let that happen. It's all I can do to stay standing. Another blow like that and I go down. This mist is healing it. You pant. You're getting a sixth sense of deja vu from this encounter. Your arms and legs are covered in cuts and wounds from Esmeralda's dagger. She's still too fast for you. Rex! You jerk your head up as the voice speaks with you once again. You lift your weapon to block Esmeralda's assault as you try to listen to his words. Not the time! You're pushed back by the woman's attacks as you fall to the ground. You roll to the side as a knife lodges into the ballroom floor directly where your head was. You're losing. I know that! I'm doing my best! This is your best? You really haven't changed from when we first met. Pitiful. Rex, you're not going to win by yourself! Then help me or something! You got it. You feel your body stiffen, as though you're no longer in control of yourself. Nebula shoots out of your focus pouch. Hang on, Rex, no! She flutters at your side and yells into your ear. But her voice becomes so far away. Your blood runs cold, and your hands begin to shake. Your vision darkens. I thought you'd never ask, the voice says. But this time, it's coming out of your own vocal cords, and not the back of your head. Don't worry, Rex. I'll make sure to win this fight, and every other fight. She's as good as dead! What's going on? Your consciousness shoots backward until you feel yourself looking through your own eyes. But your form feels weightless. You watch as your body begins to change color and move entirely on its own, expertly countering Esmeralda with your own sword and gauntlet. What's wrong? You seem like you're slowing down, sweet Esmeralda! You can't feel anything. The voices and the clanging of swords echo around you in an empty void of your own mind. You shout, but no one can seem to hear you. Hey, be careful, London! Zip it! You growl to yourself. Just let me do this, and let me win this for us, Rex! Now Esmeralda's eyes visibly widen in confusion as she jumps away. What? Since when did his form straighten up like that? London calls with a voice ladled with terror. But not of Esmeralda. Rex? What's going on? Don't worry about it, girlie. I'm saving your life. That's all you need to know. Girlie? She blinks. Your gauntleted arm rises towards Esmeralda. You say you're the strongest that Olden has to offer. Then get a load of this! Rex! London shouts at you. You feel a familiar tingle into your arm as the spell arms itself. But you watch as London suddenly grapples your arm Stop it! I don't like this. I don't care what you're doing, but you're not acting like the Rex I know. What does that matter? I'm going to get rid of Esmeralda! That's what you want, isn't it? Yes, that's what Rex and I want, but he wouldn't do this. Rex doesn't want to hurt people. What do you know? I'll do what I want, Animan, and you're not gonna stop me! Now stay out of my way! You push her aside in fury and aim at Esmeralda again. But something's missing. Huh? Your gauntlet is no longer on your arm. Your eyes move down to the gauntlet to stare at your arm in confusion before you turn back to London. Your gauntlet is gripped tightly in her arms. What do you think you're doing? Your voice hisses at her. London doesn't reply. You hold out your hand. Give it back, London Remington. Now. She shakes her head. No. Something's not right. I'm not letting you do this. Not while you're like this. Give it back! No! Fine by me, Esmeralda states. She charges forward to re-enter combat with her dagger as you and London are distracted. However, a bang from behind steals your attention. You all turn toward the noise to find Vincent, Alice, and Arden entering the fray from the other side of the ballroom. Hey! There you guys are! Wait! Alice starts before noticing Esmeralda and your change in appearance. Esmeralda! Guys, you have to help London! Your calls remain unheard. You grit your teeth and try to push your consciousness back toward the front of your mind. You have to get them somehow and stop this! I need help! Rex shouts. Rex isn't acting like himself. You can't let Esmeralda get away! Understood, Miss Remington. You stupid girl! You shout at London. She glares at you before turning on her heels and beginning to flee. Yes! London, run! Get back here! You yelled after her as you begin to run. If you want it so bad, you'll have to catch me first! London says. You continue to struggle through your mind to reach the front again as you charge after London down the halls of the castle.
Get back here already! That doesn't belong to you!
Rex, please! I don't know what's going on, but you have to stop!
I'm not. Get out! Quit it, you moron!
I don't want to hurt you, Rex!
You worthless idiots! No! London, keep running! Down there! That's it. No more games! I'll take what's mine, and you're not going to stop me! London, no!
Your vision starts to return as you come back to. You see several figures standing over you with concerned expressions. I healed him as much as I could, but it wasn't doing much. You did your best. Don't worry, London. Hey, I think he's waking up! I have a killer headache. You complain as you rub your head. Ow! Rex? London asks you cautiously. Are you okay? Can you hear me? Yeah, I hear you. You blink away the last bit of darkness as your eyes begin to focus on your friends. Sorry, did I worry you? What do you think? You're a different shade of Rex and you're running after London like a hungry dog. Yeah, I got that impression too. What was that about? Why did that happen? It's a long story. Then shorten it. Arden puts a hand to his chin. I think I understand it. But not only is the story long, it's fairly complicated. Isn't that right, Rex? You nod. And if I could be frank, does it have something to do with you being soulless? Soulless? Alice's eyes widen. Also, yes. Hang on. Vincent holds up a hand. What are you trying to say, Arden? Arden grimaces. Rex is a soulless being, according to the scholars of the Arcane Circle. Apparently, he's an empty husk. A vessel of sorts. London quietly listens. A vessel? For what? For souls, Arden states. So, when he turned purple, that was most likely not Rex, but something inside of him taking control of his body. You shake your head. But I'm all good now. I think I knocked him out when I rammed into that wall, so we're set to head out again and finish Esmeralda. Not so fast. London shakes her head. How can we be sure that you're really the Rex we know? You pause. I'm pretty sure I'm me. However, your party doesn't seem convinced by your lack of confidence. Okay. Guys, I promise. It's me. Rex. What if you're someone else? Alice crosses her arms. I really don't think so. I'm the same Rex that's been chasing vestiges with you guys. But is that Rex the real Rex? How many versions of you are there? Just one! Maybe two, but the second one is purple and really mean. London bites her lip. Nebula, what do you think? Nebula flutters out from behind London and rests on her shoulder. I don't know, she admits. He's still got some darkness around him, but I can't tell if it's residual or not. Well, come on, Nebula. I'm sorry. I can't trust it. Not until I know for certain that you're Rex. She holds your gauntlet behind her back. I think I'm gonna hold on to this for now. What? Seriously? Ugh. Is now the best time for this? I'd rather deal with Blythe than deal with him. London answers coldly. You feel a stabbing pain in your heart as you look at her. You look down. What about Esmeralda? They glance at one another solemnly. She got away while you were unconscious, Rex. She was too much for Ellis, Vincent, and I to handle, especially without my usual magical power. Although she did seem threatened by our numbers, that's probably why she fled out the ballroom window shortly after our encounter with her. So she's free? She could be anywhere! Unfortunately, we don't have the manpower to worry about that right now. We still have to get to the throne room. Vincent hesitates. Arden is right. Blythe takes priority right now. Esmeralda didn't seem interested in anything but you in London. That means... No, you don't get it. She was orchestrating this whole thing. I don't know how she did it from prison, but Conrad Alvar is free too, and they got the edict to help them. And the edict is what we'll handle next, Vincent dictates. Because the edict may already be at the throne room as we speak. Way forward is just up ahead. Can you stand? Yeah, I'm good. Then keep up. We have to go. Right. We have to be getting close to the throne room. Surely. Lily!
Rex.
You made your way here.
I'm glad to see you again.
It's gotta be just through this door, right?
Yeah,
Are you ready? You didn't run into too much trouble, right?
nothing we couldn't handle.
Okay. It's not important right now. Let's get in there. Come on.
Okay, let's go.
You burst into the throne room as Blythe hovers above an ink-stained floor. Unconscious guards slump against pillared walls. A familiar man stands opposed to Blythe, winded, as he falls to a knee. Behind him, two individuals you've never met before sit in seats with neutral expressions. Bastion pants as he rests his sword on the ground to support his weight. He coughs. "I apologize, sir," he murmurs to the royals behind him. "It appears I underestimated the enemy's strength." "No need to apologize, Bastion," the regal man replies. "You did your best." Blythe cackles, although her voice is a certain deep echo that reverberates throughout the room.
You had moves, old-timer. I'll give you that. But did you really think a pathetic steel sword would harm me?
On the contrary, I suspected a being like you would somehow endure my attacks. "Bastion!" Vincent roars as he draws his rapier and slides across the sleek floor. He lowers himself into a fighting stance as he stands in front of Bastion defensively, his eyes daring Blythe to attack. "Vincent!" Blythe pauses as she regards Vincent before her head turns to glance at the rest of you.
Uh-oh. Looks like the cavalry arrived. I thought I dealt with you.
She lifts her hand as if to call forth a storm of tendrils or open a plethora of portals.
Why don't you sit tight and— No!
Blythe's hand explodes into a plume of goop. She blinks as she turns toward her arm, before it slowly reforms into a hand once more. She traces the trajectory of the projectile fired that splattered her amorphous appendage, before locating Lily standing, with her bow drawn.
Hey!
Blythe menacingly warns. Aiden, Allison, and Ellis unleash a volley of bolts and magic toward the woman. She scowls as she swings her other arm and forms a barricade of tendrils between her and her attackers.
Okay. Now you're getting on my nerves. I'm not here to play with you anymore.
Why not? I thought you liked games! Rex dashes past the woman, sliding under a fork of crimson lighting fired from her palm. He skids to a stop next to Vincent as he rises to confront her. Think of this like chess. You're not getting to our king. Vincent acknowledges Rex at his side for a moment, and two share a nod as Rex turns back to Blythe and holds his ground. Vincent runs backward and helps Bastion to his feet. Together, the two quickly dash to the two individuals sitting on thrones in the back of the hall. Good luck, Rex. Arden nods to the boy as he dashes past him to join Vincent and protect the royals.
Be careful, Rex. There's something different about her. I don't think this is gonna be like the last time we fought Blythe.
Fine by me. Oh! Crap!
Okay? Shoot!
Could use some cover fire, Lily!
Yeah, on it! Ugh.
Careful!
Okay. Shoot! Careful where I'm aiming.
Feeling a little
keep
rough.
on the ground.
Now watch your step!
Shoot!
London mentioned earlier that she might be running out of steam. If we could just keep going, maybe, just maybe we could take her on.
Maybe we have to be careful. At this rate, the entire floor is gonna be covered in goop.
And watch your step! The smoke! Lily reaches into her quiver to find her supply of arrows running low. She curses under her breath.
Crap! Allison, how are you on bolts?
Allison shakes her head.
I didn't have many to begin with. These things aren't cheap, you know. Shoot. We need to keep those monsters off of our allies. The portals aren't closing.
A crimson glow flares at Lily's side, and she jumps. She withdraws her dagger quickly to tussle with whatever creature slithers out and lunges forward. However, before her dagger connects with anything, a hand blocks her attack and holds her in place. The lady steps out of the portal and observes the chaos. Sorry.
Seems Blythe is giving you trouble, Lily. You don't say! Maybe we'd have less trouble if you decided to start caring about your guard dog. This isn't about my care for Blythe. It's about your lack of care towards the severity of the awakening. Blythe's mind now only contains a single thought: eradicating the light. If that means ending the kingdom of Erwin, then as I told you, so be it. Then why are you just standing here?
She places her hands behind her back.
I still don't intend on helping her, if that's what you're asking. She will act out until she either wins or loses. If you manage to beat her, then I can consider your convictions stronger than Blythe's instability. Only then will I opt to try and stop her. Until then, I will sit here and wait. Great! Some help you are! Just ignore her, Lily. Focus on the fight. You're right. We can still do this without her.
Since when was she here?
Since earlier, it kinda happened when we were split up.
Oh, that's great! Oh, crap!
What is that thing? Ah. Ah.
Careful!
This thing's strong. Oh, and fast, too. Watch out, Lydia.
Try getting Blythe to hit it! It's the only way we can deal with this thing! Chart the tendrils!
The entire ground is insane.
Come on! It worked! She struck it down!
It's one less problem, but right now it just feels like there's no safe place to walk.
Just fight through it! Come on!
Tendril! More of them! Gotta keep everyone safe. Okay. Think we can just tie her down? Is that even possible?
Rex stumbles back and falls to a knee. Rex! London kneels at his side as she brings her fingers to the choker around her neck. Her brow is furrowed in wary concern. Are you alright? I'm fine. He begins to feel his strength return to him as he stumbles to his feet. The lady sighs behind him.
Honestly, this battle has already ended. You're no match for the darkness within Blythe. How do you continue to push yourself, Silver Eye? You and your companions.
Rex lifts his weapon, hardly even regarding the lady as he prepares to enter battle once more. Why shouldn't I? There's no other choice. I either live my life in fear and hide behind my friends while they put everything on the line, or I fight just as hard as them and have a chance at succeeding. So what if the odds aren't in my favor? Giving up means I fail regardless. At least by trying, I have a chance of defying fate! The lady raises an eyebrow in curious fascination. London puts her hand on Rex's shoulder before he can walk forward. Rex, she whispers. Huh? It's you, isn't it? It's really you this time. She decides as she stares into his eyes. Take your gauntlet back.
You need to win. Are you sure? There's not a doubt in my mind now. You're the Rex that I know. I couldn't imagine anyone but him saying that.
She lowers her head to give him a devious grin.
Now, show them all what you can do. You got it. Bring it on! Ugh!
Let's do this.
Now I've got what's mine!
Watch
The
your
weird
feet
slime
on the
thingies!
ground. They hinder vision.
Ugh! The darker they are, the harder they fall or something. I just made that up!
I think so, but it'll work.
Ugh!
And I really hope it's true in this case. Can't let
She's
her get
taking
away with
hits! What?
it. Good.
What? What's happening to her?
Ah,
Blythe grits her teeth as she grabs her stomach in pain.
ah. What's going on?
I'm going to go with we whooped her butt. Anyone else? Maybe, but... Blythe drops to her knees, her eyes reappearing in their sockets as she looks like she's about to hurl.
My lady.
The lady sighs.
It seems you've reached your limit, Blythe. It hurts.
She whines, her voice wavering in her normal tone.
Shh. Don't worry. It'll all be over soon. Wait.
The lady approaches Blythe, and then in a horrifying moment, plunges her hand through Blythe's stomach. As her hand protrudes from the other side, you find a strange yet familiar object in her grasp. She pulls her arm back out from Blythe's torso as the girl crumples to the ground.
Did you just...
The lady clucks her tongue.
Of course not. I would never. And the makeup of her body allows it to morph almost freely. I doubt she even felt my arm just now. The true cause of her pain is this curious item.
She turns towards Lily and offers the object to her.
I believe this is one of yours, Lily.
Lily hesitantly approaches the relic in the lady's hand. Beneath the black sludge, it seems to shimmer faintly.
Is this a vestige? I'm certain it must be. This isn't the first time one of those cursed light objects affected her negatively. I suspect this is the cause of her behavior today.
She calmly turns to the back of the throne room, where the king and queen sit in their seats. She half-heartedly curtsies before addressing them.
My apologies, King Darius, Queen Charlotte. It seems my guard dog has caused quite the trouble for you today.
The king, Darius, raises an eyebrow. And you are...
I am the Lady of the Alacrum Edict. Charmed, I'm sure. I hope you can forgive Blythe's transgressions. She's always had a bit of a rebellious streak, ever since her tiff in the void.
You call this a transgression? Vincent shouts at her. She tries to take down the monarchy of Erowyn. This is treason of the highest order and...
Vincent.
The queen raises a hand. Vincent stiffens, but he goes quiet. The lady continues.
Make no mistake. I had no qualms about her endeavors on this day. Until... recently. I seem to have had a change of heart.
And what does that mean, exactly? The king leans forward with his fingers laced. There's something about the glimmer in his eye that gives you the impression that he already has the answer.
I no longer believe one of the solutions to my problem is the destruction of this kingdom. It has proven itself to be resilient in times of crisis. It does not deserve to be leveled for the sake of this realm. However, that doesn't mean that I'm still not concerned about the threat it poses.
She begins to pace.
Your kingdom has become a beacon of light within of light magic since the awakening, and that overwhelming light is dangerous. You will argue that dark magic is corrupt, but I would argue that light is just as volatile. Take my precious guard dog, for instance. She would never defy me, or be capable of causing so much harm had these relics of light not influenced her.
King Darius slowly nods. I see. You know, I had heard that you Edict folk were not necessarily the evil cultists that the world paints you as. You seem more concerned about the awakening than some of the people in this very kingdom.
I worry about the balance.
The lady articulates.
I've never harbored a vendetta against Erwin, and merely the light magic that this kingdom seems to be producing.
Then why are you working with Olden? The lady glances back at him.
I beg your pardon?
Blythe helped 2 Olden criminals escape, Conrad and Esmeralda. The lady rolls her eyes.
The edict has no affiliation with Olden. They likely used Blythe's instability to their advantage instead. She had to have been easily influenced by their schemes to defy my direct orders so brazenly. So you, too, are an enemy of Olden. I do not appreciate their condemnation of magic.
Allison takes a small step behind Lily.
I'm starting to feel mildly unsafe. Oh, you're just starting to?
In that case, King Darius stands from his throne. Perhaps we could come to an agreement. We already have so much in common, after all. You don't like Olden, you're worried about the light of the awakening. We're already on the same page about many things. My only concern are your disciples and the damages they've caused. He trails off as his gaze turns to Blythe.
I have no intention of letting her actions on this day repeat. She was not of sound mind, I assure you. If we find a way to control the light of the awakening, then I will keep my guard dog in check.
If we find a way, the king corrects her. You said it yourself that you want to see the awakening come to an end. I think we'll have plenty to discuss regarding that.
What about the vestige, though? How did Blythe get one inside of her? Well,
the lady starts to speak. However, before she can finish her statement, the doors to the throne room burst open once again, and Alexander rushes inside. Mother! Father! Are you all right? Ah! Alexander, my boy. I see you've arrived with backup. Wonderful. The remaining Star Seekers, Freya, Ambrosia, and Zion, trail in after Alexander, alongside several members of the Aegean Vanguard, including the Admiral and Captain Lane. Where's the danger? Let me at him! You guys are a little late. We're already done fighting. Dang it! Zion throws down his scarf in anger, although he quickly picks it back up and brushes it off. Are you alright, your majesties? Never better, King Darius tells Ambrosia. Thank you for your swift arrival. We were just finishing up an enlightening conversation. In that case, we may have found something you'll want to see, Alexander tells them. Admiral? The Admiral whistles back to several Aegean Vanguard members. They march forward with a struggling man in their grip. Ah! Let go of me! I'm not going back to jail! The blonde man shouts. Conrad? Oh, great. Just my luck. We found this man sneaking around the castle, the Admiral states. He was tampering with the structural integrity of its walls and conspiring with cultists.
Why am I not surprised?
You weren't supposed to find me. Come on!
What about sweet Esmeralda? I was informed that she was free as well.
Her cell was empty and the halls were clean of any trace of her. She's long gone, Alice sighs. Escaped. Crap. In that case, I want a search party covering the districts from here to Latona Gate. She couldn't have gotten far. Good luck on finding her. Esmeralda's a lot more clever than you, Erwin scum. She's not going to let herself fall into your hands again. She knows a lost cause when she sees one. And your city's future isn't looking too bright. There are things bigger than me or the Silver Wings, or even the Alacrim Edict. And no matter what you do, you'll never be able to withstand it.
Enough with the cryptic threats, Conrad. Pay no heed and take him away. Find a new cell for him, and don't let him out of your sight this time.
Yes, my queen. The guards salute her before beginning to drag Conrad away. What? Hey! What the heck? You can't do this to me! I just got out! No, not again! Oh, I'm gonna have fun with that trial. Zion rubs his hands together. Travelers, the king rises from his throne. You both turn to him hesitantly. Eh? Yeah, that's us. Do you mind if I have a word? The king states. I promise not to take too much of your time. You both glance at one another, before turning back to the king and nodding.
Of course, your majesty.
Righto, Mr. King-O. Rex gives him an awkward thumbs up. Why don't we step off to the side here? It's about time that we spoke face to face. What? I guess so. I wanna...
Yeah.
That's the queen. Wow, that is Vincent's mom. Wow.
That is a
I'm
lot.
standing in the same room as...
They
Okay,
didn't
yeah,
have
that's
this
fine.
okay.
Yeah, Hello. King Darius places his hands behind his back as he stands before you. Well now, he smiles. If it isn't the hunter and the fixer of Erewhon. It's a pleasure to officially meet you. I've heard so much. All good things, I assure you.
You've heard about us?
Of course. My children and the city itself speak rather highly of you. Not to mention my council of advisors trusting you wholeheartedly. You've certainly left a lasting impression on this kingdom, haven't you? I don't know if I'm supposed to say thank you or I'm sorry. Relax. You're not in trouble. On the contrary, I'm here to thank you.
Thank us? You're the king. And what could you possibly thank us for?
For starters, making my children happy. But also for keeping my kingdom safe. You know, you remind me a lot of myself when I was younger.
How so?
The way I see it, kings aren't born. They're made. He points to himself. I wasn't raised like a noble. In fact, I was just like you. A traveler. I explored everything this world had to offer, and I experienced all that I could. It wasn't until I came to Erewhon that I finally decided to settle down, and wouldn't you know it, my dearest Charlotte took quite the liking to me. She says that my expertise was ideal in a mate, but if you ask me, I think she found me quite charming. Why are you telling us this? Because we're very similar, Rex, Lily. But the biggest difference between the three of us is our ability to act. You don't think I've been blind to the machinations of Olden this entire time, did you? I've known since the beginning that they were plotting something against Erewhon. Why else would I forbid my son from participating in a seemingly innocent golem tournament? Rex blinks in realization. I knew that they had something brewing, though no one could have suspected the actions of Sweet Esmeralda, or the plot against London Remington. And the affairs with the edict were something I could do nothing about until this very moment. Although, you'd already been wheeling and dealing with them for quite some time, haven't you? The truth is, my hands are tied. Olden will leap at any opportunity to justify a war with Erewhon. Iris, too. That's why those infuriating Silverwings have been able to take the run of this city. Were the Awakening not such a volatile subject, I would be able to tackle all of these issues. But now the whole world is looking at us. They're waiting to see what we do. And take our good friend the lady as an example. The minute we make a mistake, they'll see to it that we pay for it. He approaches you both slowly, with a hand lifted, as if he were offering you something. You mentioned chess before, my boy? Consider the events of Erewhon as movements on that board, with allies or foes alike acting like pieces across that checkered battlefield. However, much like that game, I can do naught but watch. He places a hand on each of your shoulders. But listen to me. You are not held back by the same restrictions I am. You do not care what someone like Carly Mercer says about you. You don't have to worry about being the spark that starts a war. You dance across this board like knights, defying the rules and striking where this kingdom needs you most. I envy the position you're in, the position to decide the fate of this chess game. Wow. Therefore, I'm going to do something I've wanted to do for a while now. He draws his sword and rests the blade on Rex's shoulder. Rex, the Traveler, I dub you the official fixer of Erewhon. You are charged with protecting the city and defending its people. To do this, you will recover the remaining vestiges from the clutches of the Silverwings. He next moves his blade to Lily's shoulder, and Lily, the Traveler, I dub you the official liaison of the Alacrum Edict.
Liaison?
I heard you and that woman talk during that fight. You're familiar with her. And if you ask me, she seems to think highly of you. I can't trust the lady of her or her guard dog to be entirely honest with me, or to think of Erwin's best interests. Therefore, I task you with acting as a diplomat to both sides, and ensuring our success in working together to end the Awakening. Lily nods slowly.
I'd be honored, Your Majesty.
Please, we're all friends here. The king waves a hand as he puts his sword away. Call me Darius. You got it.
Darius. I'm sorry, I can't do that. It's really weird. I can't.
You'll get used to it then. He glances back toward your companions. Now, I won't take up any more of your time. I need to speak with the lady and find out everything she knows about the Awakening. He nods toward your friends. Why don't you take some time to relax and catch up? You have a long journey ahead of you. And given what Mr. Alvar said, I doubt it will get any easier. Still, something tells me that everything will work out in the end. You've persevered up to this point. You'll be fine.
Thank you. That was enlightening.
Those vestiges, huh? I ran into Esmeralda when I was trying to get in here. She mentioned that Olden wants to buy those vestiges. And they're willing to buy any amount. So long as those Silverwings have just one vestige, they could use it against Erewhon.
Then we'll make sure they don't get their hands on even a single one.
Let's get them back then, yeah?
Yeah. You bet.
I'll catch you, alright?
Take care, okay?
You too. Hey, Vincent. Hey, man. Is that the whole queen? You walk over to Alexander, Vincent, Bastion, and Queen Charlotte. Are you alright, Bastion? Alexander asks. Quite all right. Bastion brushes himself off. I merely overexerted myself in that battle. Nothing to worry about. You sure? It looks like she did a number on you. Vincent frowns. I appreciate your concern, Prince Vincent, but in reality it was not her attacks that wore me down. It seems I'm not as spry in my old age. I didn't have the energy to continue to face against her, Bastion states. He carefully sheaths his sword back into its sheath, which he then leans on. Is his sword a cane? You shouldn't have had to face her alone. Vincent crosses his arms. I'm sorry that we came so late. On the contrary, your timing was impeccable. Well, I was taught by the best. Vincent, dear, Queen Charlotte speaks. Could you ask Miss Remington to tend to Bastion? Yes, Mother. I will do that now. As you watch the scene unfold, you feel a hand clap you on the shoulder. You look back to find King Darius standing there with a smile. Do you mind if we talk a little more before you go, Rex? Yeah, that's fine. Did you forget to mention something, or not at all? But after all that you've done for my children and my kingdom, is it strange that I'd want to talk to you more? Oh, I guess not. In that case, could I ask you something? Of course. Ask away, Fixer. Well, you seem pretty calm about Blythe and the lady and all that. You weren't scared for your lives or anything? No, not at all. How is that possible? Trust me. My wife and I are more than capable of defeating that girl ourselves. After all, what sort of monarchs would we be if we couldn't hold our own against an assassin? He places his hands on his hips. I simply thought it would be best if we sat this one out. But why would you do that? Because my time to play hero is done. As I said, I've traveled through the entirety of REM, and I've seen everything the world has to offer. I've been on my fair share of adventures, and I've played the role of the hero more times than I could count. But now, I'm a king of a great city, and I'm a father to 3 beautiful children. He looks toward his family. I don't need to step in to save the day. Someone else can take up the role now, and have their moment in the spotlight. He points at you. And that someone would be you, Rex. Why me? Arden told me about your conversation in Aurora Alley. He thinks that you'd make a great hero someday. He does? Your eyes widen as you glance toward Arden. He stands on the opposite side of the chamber with the other Starseekers. What can I say? He gave some good advice. Yes, our Valorant of Unity is known for that. He's quite the good public speaker. But he's right every time. I trust him at his word. You could be the hero this kingdom deserves. The fixer of its problems. See what I did there? I got it. In that case, let me ask you something. Is it true that you saw Esmeralda? You nod. And she got away. Unfortunately. But before she left, she gives a lot of information. She's the one behind all of this. I see. The king considers this. So then, what are you going to do now? Well, I'm gonna finish finding the vestiges of Unity. And then, I'm gonna take down Olden and the Silver Wings. I like your confidence. You'll be a hero just yet. He pats you on the back. In that case, don't let me get in your way. I look forward to reading about your victory in Carly Mercer's next spiteful headline. Although, maybe you could just tell it to me yourself sometime. Consider it done. So that's the king. man, he's so freaking cool. Anyway, hey guys, how are we holding up? Your friends stand around the throne room's entrance, among the guards and the Starseekers. Ella stretches her arms across her chest. Man, that was way too stressful. You told me that I was gonna help save a whole kingdom full of cultists and old assassins. I think you're out of your mind. I saw you were talking to my father, Fixer. That's your father? He looks like he could be Rex's dad more than yours. I'm ignoring that. Vincent shudders at the thought. What did he say to you, Rex? Not a lot. He just wished me luck finding the vestiges. Speaking of vestiges, Ellis says. She reaches into her pocket to take out the one inside of Blythe. Lily and her group passed this to me while you were chatting. Looks like that's another one down. How many does that leave us? Just one more. Narrow your eyes. Beethoven's. That's the last vestige left to take back. That shouldn't be too hard then. We just stopped a whole castle from falling. What's a single dragon guy after this? You're not saying we do that now, right? It's been a long day and I need my beauty sleep. It doesn't have to be now. We still need a game plan. Till then, we rest up and we prepare for another fight. We're not done yet. And we're with you every step of the way. Let's go home, moron. Alice waves you with her. I guess I'll rest at your place for tonight too. Oh, like every other night? Shut up! Not another word! Rex. Man, what do you want?
You realize what you did back there was crap, right?
How? You were the one trying to take control of me. My body, my rules.
I was making sure you didn't bail. It's not my fault you couldn't hack it. One of these days, you're gonna come across a problem that you can't solve, or a fight that you can't win. And when that happens, I'll be there to do it myself. And you can't stop me.
Hey! You coming, moron?
Yeah, coming!